March Madness, Selection Sunday. I mean, it just, it's just something about it. You know what I'm saying? There's just something about March Madness, Selection Sunday. People gather around. Me and my wife have a ritual. Is that even though the brackets, they come out, she writes them down every year. She prints off a blank bracket. She writes the names in every year. And then she lets me look at it, and I kind of look at it and all that good stuff. That's our ritual that we do every year. It's crazy. I love it. And this year is no different. Wrote down everything. And this is one of those years where I think the main bracket, or I shouldn't say the main bracket, the team that the number one overall seed was UConn. They got the toughest bracket. So I think that's wild. Yeah, we got the toughest bracket. Or they did. I shouldn't say we. I'm not a UConn fan, but they got the toughest bracket. So I think that's odd that happened. But I mean, if you're going to win it, you got to beat good teams anyway. I mean, nobody wins the national championship and just beats bad teams. So, boy, Kentucky Kentucky fan is wanting Cal fired already. He will choke just like every single tournament. He needs to go. I mean, that's a spoiled Kentucky fan. I mean, Coach Cal, you want him fired? Lord have mercy. But that's a Kentucky fan for you, just delusional. How is Kentucky a 3 seed? Because they're really good. And for me to say Kentucky is really good, you know how hard that is for me to get that to my lips as a Louisville fan? But honest is honest. Now, Kentucky doesn't guard anybody, which, again, that's going to be key. You got to play good defense. I mean, I think it's the last 20 years, teams that have won the tournament, you got to be in the upper half defensively. So that's a problem for Kentucky. It's a problem for teams like Kentucky or a team like a Baylor. Really good offensively, but defense, they struggle. So it could be a problem. That could be a problem. So we're going to see exactly what's going on with that. So Cal can't win without extreme talent. Who wins without talent? I'll just ask. Who wins without talent? I think the answer to that is nobody. So gotta relax. Gotta relax. My man Pat Cockrell over on YouTube. What's going on, Pat? He says OU snub for Virginia was what OU didn't deserve to be in. OU didn't deserve it. They didn't get snubbed. They didn't get snubbed. I would say the team that got snubbed for Virginia was Pitt. Pitt had a better net ranking, a better record, and they went to Virginia and beat them. That's who got snubbed, not OU. OU didn't deserve to be in. But Pitt did. Pitt did. That was some of the snub. That was one of the snubs that I saw. What's going on, King of Seven? Yeah, that was one of the snubs that I saw. A lot of people are complaining about Indiana State not being in. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, you're not going to have 2 bids from that league. You're just not. You're not going to have that. And since you're not going to have that, I don't know what else that there was actually to do. But you're not going to have 2 bids from the Missouri Valley. They lost their conference tournament, which brings into question another conversation that I got into it this weekend is, should the conference tournament still be the metrics on how somebody gets into the NCAA? I mean, basically for 2 months, you battle it out within your conference, and whoever wins that doesn't get a guaranteed trip to the tournament. The team that lasts, I don't know, let's call it 4 days, that's who goes to the tournament. Is it fair? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's been that way forever, and it's not like you don't know it going into the season, but I don't know. And if you come from one of those leagues that's just a 1-bid league, is it fair that for 2 months you go and you could dominate your league? And we've seen it. You dominate your league, you go to the conference tournament, you make one slip up, and all of a sudden you're out of the NCAA tournament. That's rough living, man. That's rough living. And some people say there's no point of a tournament then. Okay. I mean, the only reason they ever came up with the tournament was for money. I mean, it didn't used to be a ranking or the qualification. You had to win your conference tournament to get in. But yeah, that's what it is. Thanks for the gift, Austin. We appreciate it. So I just think it's wild that that's the way that it is. But on the flip side, it's kind of what makes March Madness, doesn't it? Those conference tournaments to see who gets in, it's kind of what makes March Madness, March Madness. You know, I think being able to have that moment in a conference tournament, somebody winning, it usually those games are usually extremely close. And I love seeing the team, again, from a one bid league, those teams being so excited to be able to get into the NCAA tournament. I like it. So I like that. Man, Darren Howard, the conference tournaments were a massacre this year. Yeah, they were. I mean, the conference tournaments this year, I mean, you talk about bid stealing. 4 teams that were not going to make the tournament won their conference tournament and got in. Oh, like Drake. We think Drake is a good team. They weren't going to make it. They stole a bid. NC State, Lord have mercy. They had no shot to be in the NC, and they win 4 in 4 days in the ACC. They're in. I mean, it was brutal. Pac-12, Oregon had no shot to be in the tournament. They go and win. I mean, but that's what it is, man. It's March Madness. That's why we love it, isn't it? That's why we love it. So, now, Bill Kernan, you're my guy, but this statement right here couldn't be more false, bro. You're saying it's easy to win regular season games versus tournament games where it's on the line. It is not easy going on the road and winning a conference game. I have no clue what you're talking about on this, bro. What are you talking about? It's easy to win a basketball game. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're telling me it's easy to go on the road and win? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. More pressure? Okay. But don't say it's easy to win a regular season game. That's not true. That's not even remotely true. It's not even remotely true. So let's look over here. We got another comment. Come on now. Don't be, pressure is different. Yeah, the pressure is different. You don't have to be upset or apologize. It's all good. So, but it is what it is. I love March Madness, man. I love March Madness. Like I said, it's my favorite time of the year. It is literally my favorite time of the year. It's my favorite. Next to the NFL playoffs, it's my favorite postseason. It's my favorite postseason. I think it's better than college football. College football postseason is a joke now. It's an absolute joke. It literally is. Bowl games, nobody cares. Nobody plays in them. I care about bowl games, but the players don't care. They don't care. So it's hard for me to get so invested if they literally don't care. They've set it up to where the transfer portal, we can talk about that all day. I'm not going to ruin my good time talking about some nonsense with bowl games. But yeah, I love it. I love March Madness. Like I said, the NFL, and for me, the postseason goes NFL, March Madness, a very, very close second. Very close. Then I actually like the NBA, but I like Major League Baseball playoffs. Now, I can't get into regular season baseball. The Tuesday in the middle of July, I can't get into regular season baseball. A lot of people can. I'm just not one of those people. But postseason baseball is extremely exciting. It's extremely exciting. Like, I can't just sit on TV and watch a regular season baseball game from start to finish. I can't do that. Postseason, I can. Absolutely, I can. I'm not so much into hockey. I've tried to do it. I'm just not into hockey. I'm just not into hockey. I don't mind going to a hockey game. Those are fun, but I can't get into watching it on TV. So, but those are it for me. So, any tips? My man says, are there any tips for March Madness? Well, you know what, Nick? I'm glad you said that on TikTok, because all you got to do, my man, is click on the link in my bio, and there is a March Madness guide by Big B that you can get. It's literally only $5. That's all you got to do. Click on the link in my bio, the Linktree link, click on the store, and there is a ebook that you can download right to your phone.